How's it going, friends of Outlaw Music? I want to welcome y'all to the next episode of what I like to call Outlaw Stories, where I like to pick one of our honky-tonk heroes, tell a quick story about them. But before I do, if you like these stories, make sure you hit that like and follow so you'll be the first one to get notified when I have new stories and new content. Today's story is going to be about Lynyrd Skynyrd, Part 5. Now, when we left off, Ed King had quit. He had about enough of Ronnie's shit. Frankly, he was just a little scared, to tell you the truth. The guns, the fighting, the knives, all of it was getting to him a little bit. These rough and rowdy southern country boys were just a little different than what Ed was used to growing up around in a more laid-back, I guess, California atmosphere. But to tell this story properly, we got to take it on back to around 1964, when a young kid from Miami, Oklahoma saw the Beatles perform for the first time. Now, to him, this was everything, and he knew exactly what he wanted to do. After pestering his dad over and over to get him a guitar, he finally gave in, and this kid was off. In 1975, he recorded several songs, played with a bunch of bands, played all the way from Memphis down to Georgia. He ended up cutting a song with the Crawdads for MCA Records. Now, this kid's older sister ended up getting a job with the biggest band in the world, Lynyrd Skynyrd. Now, she pestered Ronnie over and over about letting her little brother play. This girl's name was Cassie Gaines. But Ronnie and the band said, no, we don't need this kid. He's just an old goofy kid. He ain't really got what it takes. We're Lynyrd Skynyrd. We're the biggest band in the world. But long story short, Ronnie ended up seeing this kid play, and he blew him away. His name was Steve Gaines. And when Ronnie heard him play, he said, you're going on the road with us. You need to pack your stuff. So the first gig, they were playing in Kansas City, Missouri. Steve didn't know the songs. They didn't let him plug his guitar up. I've heard Gary Roston say in a few interviews that, Steve probably could have got by. He was a good enough guitar player to get by, improvise, but we just want that kind of band. That's what Gary said. He said, we're Lynyrd Skynyrd. We're note for note. We're the only band to play like that. That's what we were going to do. So they won't know where we're going to get up there and do that. But instead of him looking goofy, we let him get up there and play without plugging up. But the sound man, he was listening on headphones, and he said, yeah, he was spot on. Steve was very big and instrumental in the new direction Skynyrd was going. They were heading in a direction where Steve was going to be singing some songs with Ronnie, also co-writing some songs. A lot of people will disagree with this, that this is the direction they were going, but in my opinion, y'all could disagree with me, but in my opinion, I think that's true. You can see evidence in it from the song You Got That Right. Steve co-wrote that song and also sang with Ronnie. A lot of people go so far to say, and I don't know if I agree with them. I mean, it's a good theory. A lot of people go so far to say that if some of the things that happened didn't happen, Ronnie may have went on and done a little more country music as well with the Southern rock. But I digress. Skynyrd was the biggest band in the world. They had another guitar player for their patented triple lead guitar attack, and they were kicking ass and taking names. Lynyrd Skynyrd was about to take off. Unfortunately, it was to a destination that none of them could have ever imagined. If you like these stories, make sure you hit that like and follow. And if you want to hear part 6, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think about some of these theories, what you think about Lynyrd Skynyrd, some of your memories. Anything you got to say about Lynyrd Skynyrd, just let me know. I'll listen. If I see it, I'll comment. I sure will. And as always, keep it outlaw.